Your mind has been scaring you, and you may not even realize it. Not because danger is near, not because something bad is happening, but because your thoughts keep running ahead of you, creating stories that are not real. Right now, in this moment, you are safe. Nothing is chasing you. Nothing is about to collapse. Yet your body feels tense, your chest feels tight, and your mind feels restless. This is not life hurting you. This is the mind forgetting how to rest. So pause for a moment. Feel your breath without trying to change it. Feel the weight of your body where you are. Notice that nothing needs to be fixed right now. There is no emergency in this moment. The fear you feel is not proof of truth. It is only a signal that you have been living in your head instead of your heart. Fear often comes quietly. It doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. It sounds like worry. It sounds like doubt. It sounds like what if? What if things go wrong? What if I am not enough? What if I fail? What if I am left behind? These thoughts repeat so often that they start to feel normal, but they are not truth. They are habits. The mind learned to protect you by thinking ahead. At some point, that helped, but now it has gone too far. It scans for problems that do not exist. It imagines pain that has not happened. It pulls memories from the past and fears from the future and drops them into the present moment, and your body believes every word. This is why emotional safety matters before growth, before healing, before change. You need to feel safe inside yourself. Not safe because everything is perfect. Safe because you trust yourself enough to breathe, even when things feel unclear. You don't need to fight fear to feel safe. Fighting only gives fear more power. You don't need to argue with your thoughts or push them away. You only need to stop following them. Thoughts are like clouds. They move, they change, they pass. But when you chase them, they pull you far away from peace. Right now, safety begins with permission. Permission to slow down. Permission to stop explaining yourself to your thoughts. Permission to rest without guilt. You are allowed to be calm even if life is not fully figured out yet. You are allowed to feel okay even if some things are unfinished. Many people believe they must stay alert, worried, and tense to survive. They believe that relaxing means something bad will happen. But this belief is backwards. When you relax, you hear yourself again. When you soften, your nervous system begins to settle. When you stop scaring yourself, your energy returns to you. Notice how often fear shows up as pressure. Pressure to do more. Pressure to think more. Pressure to be better, faster, stronger. But pressure is not love. Pressure is fear, pretending to be responsibility. Love feels different. Love feels gentle. Love feels patient. Love does not rush you. Emotional safety is not something the outside world gives you. It is something you practice inside. It is built every time you choose to speak kindly to yourself. Every time you say, I don't need to solve this right now. Every time you remind yourself, I can handle this step by step. You don't need to be fearless. You only need to stop feeding fear. Fear grows when you stare at it. It shrinks when you stop giving it all your attention. Right now, you are learning how to come back to yourself. This is where calm begins. This is where self-love starts, not with effort, but with softness. And as you settle into this space, something important happens. The noise begins to fade. The body begins to relax. The breath becomes deeper. You start to remember what it feels like to be okay without needing proof. This is not the end of fear. This is the beginning of safety, and safety changes everything. Fear feels real because the mind is convincing. It uses images, memories, and words to build stories that feel urgent. But most of the fear you experience is not coming from what is happening. It is coming from what you are thinking about what might happen. The mind is very good at predicting danger. That was once useful, but now it predicts too much. It treats uncertainty like a threat. It treats change like a problem. It treats silence like something is wrong. And because the mind speaks quickly and often, it can feel like it is telling the truth. But fear is not wisdom. Fear is repetition. It repeats the same thoughts again and again until they feel solid. Something bad is coming. I am behind. I am not doing enough. The mind says these things so often that the body reacts before you can question them. This is how fear becomes physical. Tight shoulders, shallow breath, heavy chest, restless energy the body believes it needs to prepare. Even though there is nothing to run from, the body is loyal. It responds to what the mind shows it. Most fear is not about now. It is about later or before, rarely about this exact moment. When you bring your attention back to what is actually happening right now, fear often loses its grip because right now you are breathing. Right now you are here. Right now you are okay. The mind does not like the present moment because it cannot control it. The present moment is alive. It moves. It cannot be fully planned. So the mind escapes into stories. It goes into the future to worry. It goes into the past to regret. Both feel safer than being fully here. But living in stories has a cost. It drains your energy. It steals your peace. It makes you believe you are always one step away from something going wrong. And over time, this constant fear becomes familiar. It feels like your personality, but it is not who you are. It is what you have been practicing. Fear also grows when the mind compares. It looks outward and measures how others are doing, what others have, how fast others are moving. Comparison gives fear endless fuel. There is always someone ahead. There is always someone different. The mind uses this to prove you are lacking. But fear does not improve you. It only exhausts you. Growth does not come from scaring yourself. Healing does not come from pressure. Peace does not come from constant alertness. Fear says, be ready. Love says, you are already enough. When you begin to see fear as a mental habit instead of a warning sign, something shifts. You stop obeying every fearful thought. You start observing them instead. You notice patterns. You notice how the same worries return even when nothing changes. And then you realize something important. If fear was true, it would change. But it repeats. That repetition is proof that it is not truth, it is conditioning. The mind is not your enemy, it is just overworked. It has been trying to protect you without rest. When you meet it with kindness instead of force, it begins to calm down. You don't need to silence your mind, you need to reassure it. Reassurance sounds like this. I am safe right now. I don't need to solve everything today. I can take this one step at a time. These simple thoughts have power because they speak directly to the nervous system. Fear shrinks when you stop arguing with it and stop believing it. You don't need to prove fear wrong. You only need to stop letting it lead. Let it pass through without building a home in you. When fear shows up, ask yourself gently, is this happening right now? Or is my mind imagining something? Most of the time, the answer is clear, and clarity brings calm. This is how you begin to free yourself, not by becoming someone new, but by unlearning the habit of scaring yourself. And as fear loosens its grip, space opens, space for peace, space for trust, space for you. One of the fastest ways to scare yourself is by focusing too much on others, what they are doing, how they are living, where they are going. The mind uses other people as mirrors, but distorted ones. It shows you only what it wants you to see, usually in a way that makes you feel behind. When you watch others too closely, you leave yourself, your energy moves outward, your attention scatters, you forget your own pace, your own needs, your own timing, and then fear grows because you are no longer grounded in your own life. Self-focus is often misunderstood. It is not selfish, it is necessary. When you focus on yourself, you learn what you feel, you notice what drains you, you recognize what supports you. This awareness creates stability. Without it, you are always reacting. Fear loves comparison because comparison keeps you busy. It keeps you measuring instead of feeling. It keeps you chasing instead of listening. And the more you chase, the more you feel like you are falling behind. But there is no universal timeline. There is no correct pace. Life does not move in straight lines. It moves in cycles. Some seasons are quiet, some are fast, some are slow. Watching others makes you forget that your season is valid. When you turn your attention back to yourself, something shifts. You begin to hear your own inner voice again, not the loud one that criticizes, the quiet one that knows, the one that says, "This is enough for today," the one that says, "Rest is allowed," the one that says, "I am learning." Focusing on yourself means asking different questions. Not why am I not there yet, but what do I need right now? Not how do I compare, but how do I feel? These questions calm the nervous system because they bring you back into your body. Fear fades when you stop scanning the outside world for proof of your worth. Your worth was never outside. It was never dependent on progress, success, or approval. It exists because you exist. When you stop watching others, you also stop borrowing their fears. Everyone is carrying something. Everyone is uncertain in some way, but the mind only shows you highlights, never the full picture. Comparing yourself to that is unfair to you. Self-focus builds trust. Trust grows when you keep small promises to yourself. when you listen to your limits, when you honor your feelings, each time you do, fear loses another reason to exist. You are not here to live someone else's life. You are here to live yours. And your life requires your attention, not judgment, not pressure, just presence. As you continue turning inward, you may notice resistance. The mind might say, you should be doing more. You should be further. You should be different. These are old voices. They come from conditioning, not truth. You don't need to answer them. You don't need to explain yourself. You only need to stay with yourself. Stay with your breath. Stay with your body. Stay with what is real. This is where self-love becomes practical, not as an idea, but as a daily choice to stop abandoning yourself for comparison, fear, and noise. And as you keep choosing yourself, fear slowly loses its grip, because fear cannot survive where attention is rooted in the present and anchored in self-trust. And in this space, something begins to form quietly, without effort, without force, without fear. Control often feels like safety, but most of the time, it is the source of fear. The mind believes that if it can plan enough, think enough, and manage every detail, then nothing bad will happen. But life does not work that way. The more you try to control everything, the more tense you become. The more tense you become, the more fearful your thoughts grow. Control creates the illusion that you are holding life together. In reality, life is always moving on its own. When you try to force it into a shape it is not ready to take, resistance appears, and resistance feels like stress, frustration, and constant inner pressure. Letting go of control does not mean giving up. It does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop trying to carry what was never meant to be carried by your mind alone. You can still take action. You can still make choices, but you stop demanding that everything happen a certain way. Fear often says, if I don't control this, everything will fall apart. But notice how often things fall into place only after you stop pushing. How often clarity comes when you stop forcing answers. How peace arrives when you stop arguing with reality. Control is exhausting because it never ends. There is always something else to manage, something else to worry about, something else to fix. The mind does not know when to stop. Letting go is how you give yourself rest. When you release control, your body responds first. The shoulders soften, the jaw loosens, the breath becomes slower. These changes are not random. They are signs that the nervous system finally feels permission to relax. Letting go is an inner decision. It sounds like this. I don't need to know everything right now. I don't need to predict every outcome. I can trust myself to respond when the time comes. These thoughts calm fear because they remove the pressure to be perfect. You are not meant to control life. You are meant to move with it. When you allow things to unfold, you make space for solutions you could not plan. You make space for support you did not expect. You make space for peace. Fear loses its strength when you stop feeding it with control. the mind learns that it does not need to stay alert all the time, and slowly it begins to rest. Life is always moving, even when it feels still, even when nothing seems to be happening. Something is shifting beneath the surface. The problem is not that life has stopped. The problem is that the mind wants proof before it trusts. Trust is difficult when you are used to control. Trust asks you to relax into uncertainty. It asks you to believe that you are being guided, even when the path is not clear. This feels uncomfortable at first, because the mind prefers certainty, even painful certainty, over the unknown. But life has its own rhythm. It brings things together at the right time, not the rushed time. When you trust the flow of life, you stop fighting the present moment. You stop wishing it were different, and that acceptance creates peace. Trust does not mean everything will always feel good. It means you believe that even the difficult moments are shaping something meaningful. It means you stop seeing challenges as punishment and start seeing them as part of growth. Fear says, something is wrong because this is hard. Trust says, something is forming, even if I don't understand it yet. This shift in thinking changes how you experience life. You feel less attacked and more supported. The flow of life cannot be forced. When you try, you only tire yourself out. When you trust it, things begin to move more smoothly. Not because you did something special, but because you stopped blocking what was already trying to reach you. Trust grows slowly. It grows each time you look back and realize things worked out in ways you could not have planned. It grows when you notice that you survived moments you once feared. It grows when you realize that life has carried you before, even when you were unsure. You don't have to trust everything all at once. You can start small. Trust today. Trust this breath. Trust that you can handle what comes next. Life responds to that openness. When trust replaces fear, you feel lighter. You stop pushing against time. You stop fighting reality. And in that softness, you begin to feel guided rather than lost. Fear lives in the future and the past. Peace lives in the present. The mind often avoids the present moment because it feels too quiet. In quiet, there is no distraction. There is only awareness, and awareness feels unfamiliar when you are used to constant thinking. Being present does not mean emptying your mind. It means noticing where you are without judgment. It means feeling your breath, your body, your surroundings, without trying to change them. This simple act brings you back to yourself. The present moment is the only place where life is actually happening. When you stay here, fear has less space to grow. The stories lose their grip because they are not supported by reality. Presence teaches the nervous system that it is safe to slow down when you stop ruse. Mentally, your body follows, the heartbeat steadies, the breath deepens, calm begins to return. Many people think they need answers to feel peace, but peace comes first. Answers come later. When you are present, you respond instead of react. you make choices with clarity instead of fear. The mind may resist presence at first. It may try to pull you back into worry. That is normal. Each time you gently return to now, you strengthen your ability to stay grounded. You don't need to live permanently in the present. You only need to visit often. Each visit reminds you that you are okay right now, and right now is always enough. When you learn to rest in the present moment, fear begins to lose its urgency. Life feels less overwhelming, and slowly you remember how to be at ease without needing everything to be perfect. Loving yourself does not begin with fixing everything about you. It begins with how you treat yourself when things feel heavy. Many people think self-love means being confident all the time or feeling good every day. But real self-love is much quieter than that. It is how gently you speak to yourself when you are tired, confused, or unsure. Calmness is one of the clearest signs of self-love. When you choose calm, you are choosing not to punish yourself with harsh thoughts. You are choosing not to scare yourself with worst-case stories. You are choosing to meet yourself with kindness instead of pressure. Fear often pretends to be motivation. It says, if I scare myself enough, I'll do better. But fear does not build confidence. It breaks trust. When you constantly pressure yourself, your system stays tense, and a tense system cannot feel safe, creative, or open. Calmness sends a different message. It says, I trust myself. It says, I don't need to rush to be worthy. When you act from calm, your actions become clearer and more effective. You are no longer reacting, you are responding. Being calm does not mean being passive. It means being steady. It means acting without panic. It means allowing yourself to move at a pace that supports your well-being. This is a deep form of respect for yourself. When you practice calmness, you teach your body that it does not need to stay on guard. Over time, fear loosens because it is no longer needed. Calm becomes your new baseline. And from that place, life feels more manageable, more gentle, more supportive. This is how self-love changes your experience, not by adding more effort, but by removing unnecessary fear. Many fears you carry are not new. They were learned long ago. Beliefs like, I have to struggle, I can't relax, or something will go wrong if I let my guard down. These beliefs shape how you see the world, even when they are no longer true. Releasing old worries does not happen by force. You don't fight them away. You notice them. You question them. You stop treating them as facts. Each time you do this, their hold weakens. Worry often feels like responsibility, but it is not. Worry does not protect you. It only drains you. When you release worry, you are not being careless. You are choosing clarity over noise. Old beliefs fade when you stop feeding them with attention. When a fearful thought appears, you can say, this is an old pattern. That simple awareness creates distance. You are no longer inside the thought. You are observing it. Letting go takes patience. Some fears will return. That does not mean you are failing. It means your system is learning something new. Each time you respond with calm instead of panic, you are teaching yourself a new way to exist. As old worries fall away, space opens. In that space, trust grows naturally. You don't need to replace every fear with positive thinking. You only need to create room for peace. Peace is not something that arrives once life is perfect. Peace is a choice you make again and again, especially when things feel uncertain. Panic feels urgent, but it rarely leads to solutions. Peace slows you down enough to see clearly. When you choose peace, you stop adding fear to situations that are already challenging. You allow yourself to breathe before reacting. That pause changes everything. It gives you control without force. Peace does not ignore problems. It approaches them calmly. It says, I can handle this. Panic says, I am overwhelmed. The difference is not the situation. It is the inner response. Your inner state affects what you attract and how you move through life. When you are calm, conversations go more smoothly. Decisions feel easier. You notice support instead of obstacles. This is not luck, it is alignment. Choosing peace does not mean you will never feel fear again. It means fear no longer runs the show. You learn to come back to yourself again and again until peace feels familiar. This choice becomes a habit, and over time, peace feels natural, not forced, not fragile, just present. As you settle into this understanding, something becomes clear. You do not need to scare yourself to grow. You do not need to watch others to know your worth. You do not need to control life to be safe. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to trust. You are allowed to focus on yourself with kindness. Life responds to that energy. When you place your attention inward, you reconnect with stability. You remember that you are supported, that you are guided, that you are not alone in this process. You can return to calm anytime, through breath, through awareness, through gentle thoughts. Each time you do, you strengthen your trust in yourself and in life. There is nothing wrong with you for feeling fear, but you no longer need to live inside it. You can choose a softer way, a calmer way, a way that honors your pace and protects your peace. When you stop scaring yourself, you begin to hear life more clearly. When you focus on yourself instead of others, your energy returns. When you choose calm over control, trust begins to grow. Everything does not need to be solved today. You only need to be present now. From this place, clarity will come, support will appear, and life will meet you with the same gentleness you offer yourself. You are safe to breathe, safe to trust, safe to be here.